Hey y'all, it's Corey with Everyday Man, doing everyday reviews for everyday people. Today I got a little product we're gonna do a review on. We got some Quantum OPT or Opt 7 rock lights, and we'll get to it right after this. Okay guys, so what I did, I went ahead and bought these. Anybody that's familiar with my channel knows that I have a 2021 Can-Am Defender XMR, and it's camouflage, and it's blacked out, and there's no color to it. Well, I live down here in South Louisiana, and they have totally canceled Mardi Gras. So I kind of figured that I'll be riding around the neighborhood a little bit during Mardi Gras, having a little fun, maybe hand some beads to somebody or something. Well, I got a camouflage bike that just doesn't look like a good time, so I wanted to flash it up a bit. So let's unbox these and see what these are gonna look like. Now, I read the reviews on Amazon quite a bit on these, and they do not have a Bluetooth option, which I didn't want. All the ones I saw on YouTube with Bluetooth options, they said that the app on most of them weren't very good and they dropped off. And I'll say this, I do use my phone to play music through YouTube, excuse me. I do use my phone to play music through Bluetooth speakers. So I didn't want to have to worry about disconnecting the phone from the rock lights, reconnecting my speakers, and have to deal with that. So these just work with the remote control, but they're supposed to be pretty good. Now, right now, they're around 90 bucks on Amazon, and I'll leave a link down below. So let's open them up, see what we got. I tell you, the box is very nice. They're very well packaged. Let's see. Let's open it up. Okay. So first thing I'll tell you right off the bat is that these things are metal. They're metal, they're not plastic, and there is 2 LED lights per pod. So this is only 4-pod light, but I'm gonna have 8 LEDs. And one thing I did read in the specifications is that these are not RGB. They're a 4 LED, RGB with a white. They have a true white with them also, which I think will be pretty neat. So that's the light. You can see it's got an indent on each side so you can pass your wire either way. Now this will be able to mount them. There's a sticky surface on the back, or they're curved to mount on. Okay, I'm gonna have to stick it both ways. So it's a double stick tape that fits in there. All right, or you can mount them to a pipe. It's curved. I don't know if you can see that. So that's pretty nice. They'll all have that. Let's take a look. Now we got our extension wires, and I'm really hoping that mine will be long enough to go from the dashboard of the Defender to the back tires. I do have the 6-person Defender, so we'll see. Here's our big remote with all the functions, which after I get them mounted, we'll go ahead and go through everything. It does have a small remote with a key ring on it. Okay, with just 4 buttons. We'll see how that works. Tell you, it feels pretty good. It's a nice little remote. Looks like a ground wire. We have our control box. Some fuses, that'll be nice. Tie wrap, some screws. And we got a little screwdriver right here to give us a little screwdriver. I'm not exactly sure what for yet, but we'll figure it out. So that's it. That's the lights. Got to tell you, these feel like they're going to be very nice, very sturdy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mount them to the Can-Am. I'm not really going to record the process. There's nothing special about running wires through the center hump of the Can-Am. You just pull that out and that'll be about it. I did a video on how to wire up a light bar on the Can-Am. And that's pretty much what I'm going to do, is hook these up to a switch and get the power from the same location. And I'll show you that here in a minute, but I'm not going to spend much time on it. So let me go ahead and get these things installed, and we'll take a look at them, okay? I'll see y'all in just a bit, or a lot of bit. We'll see. Okay, y'all. So it's the next day. It was a little while later. The lights were not hard to install. I want to go ahead and say that. Running the wires through the Can-Am is not a real big deal. But what I did, I installed the lights, I ran all the wires, I hooked everything up, and put the bike back together like a couillon before I went and tested it. I turned it on, and they weren't working right. The back lights were doing different things from the front lights, and I had to start troubleshooting, which means I had to take the bike back apart. So it was kind of a pain in the butt. The connectors on the wires are fairly cheap, and they're five pin connectors, and they can only be connected one way to work. And these wires are actually easier to connect in the wrong fashion than they are in the correct fashion. So that was kind of a pain, but after I got it all figured out, it finally started to work correctly. So with that, all that being said, I did read quite a few bad reviews on Amazon saying that the lights didn't work right out of the box. And I think if people would go through and check the connections, I think they'd have a lot better success. I'm an electrician. That's what I do for a living. And I was very careful about putting them together. But I guess a cross between my 45-year-old eyes and trying to do these things, connect them in shadows where they're hard to see, they are really easy to get the wrong way. But after you get them right, everything worked fine. Now, as you can see on the bed, I mounted it up under the bed. I left plenty enough space for my cables, so there won't be any pinching, and they'll be well hidden. You can't see them unless you're underneath looking for them. So they work great. They're really bright. And we're going to go ahead and turn the lights off. And I'm going to scroll through and show you the options. All the different colors they have and the different fades and settings they do. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alexa, turn off the garage lights. Okay, so as you can see right now, I have them on blue. And we can dim them or brighten them. And I'm going to go ahead and go through all the colors and just show you everything. It'll take a few minutes here, but at least you'll get to see them and you know what you're buying before you buy them. So these are not changing automatically. This is me going through the colors. As you can see, they are quite bright. They put off a good amount of light, and the colors are really nice. Now, as I told you yesterday, these have a true white. So right now I have the RGBs set to white, but there is a separate LED that I can turn on that is strictly pure white. And with that being said, you can still choose the RGBs, whatever color you would like, and keep the white on, which is kind of cool. It just gives you a hint of a different color and it's still plenty bright. That being said, you do have to turn off both sets of lights, the pure white and the RGBs. Now let me go ahead and turn my interior light back on. And so there is a music beat function, which I really can't show you because I'll get demonetized. But if I talk loud enough near the receiver, you can see that they will indeed flash with my voice. All right, sorry if that was a little loud. So there's a, let's see, a 3-color strobe. And what we can do, we can slow that down as slow as we would like. And it goes quite slow. There is a fade function that will fade through all of the colors. And we can speed that up or slow it down as we want. There is a 3-light strobe function. And we can speed that down, slow it, or slow it up. Slow it up, speed it down, however you want to say that. Um, Actually, I might. That's probably the, yeah. That's the 7 light, and then this one's a 3 light. Yeah, that's what it was. So there's a 3 and a 7 light strobe, the fade, and then they have something on here called auto, which I guess runs through the different functions, the fade and the strobe. Now, one thing I wish they did have on here and they don't was, let's say if I set it to this blue color, I wish I was able to strobe it or flash, but they don't. If you want to do that, you have to go through the colors that they have pre-programmed into it. So that's about the only downfall I see. And it kind of almost makes me wish that I would have went ahead and gone with a Bluetooth option. Alexa, turn on the garage lights. So that's the only function I really wish it had. I wish that I could choose a color and strobe through it as I wanted to. But I think they're a really nice addition to the Can-Am. I think they're a quality product. The light pods, no doubt, are quality. Hooking them up is a little tricky. You have to be really careful. You have to be really paying attention, or you can get it wrong, and it makes it look like the lights are not working correctly. So, guys, that's it from Corey on Everyday Man. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and think about subscribing. And until next time, y'all, I'll see you.